Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome, Bar Talk with Jay. And what? Who I got the building the most famous? Devin there. Smoothest captain that y'all can ever meet. And that man is Crab Man.
What's going on, Smooth J?
Man, it's just great to be in your presence, Crab.
Yeah, it's great to be in yours too, man. You know, I'm always fired up about this time of the week. This is my favorite time of the week.
It's all, you know something,
It's like show business, man.
Every
I feel
time
like
we come,
we
man.
movie stars, man.
Well, I like to say it like this.
What's that?
We're successful.
Okay.
We're very successful.
Yeah.
And again, most people measure success by money.
Right.
And I like to say now, successful is when you work a plan.
Absolutely.
How it's designed to be worked. And I can tell you, you helped me with the vision of a pattern, of a change.
Okay.
And I love that.
Okay.
Because see, I was going to stay the same.
Right.
So it helps when you bring new people in your life that can help you, I like to say, you like put their hand on, but I was already spinning.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden I'm starting to have a shape that I didn't know I could really look good. Yeah, I'm starting to do that coffee cup.
You know, that's a principle of life, Jay. You know, you have to surround yourself with expertise, right? See, if you try to go, you know, into the courtroom and represent yourself, you could probably do it, but it'll take you years to figure it out. But if you decide to pay somebody, then you might have 25 years of experience going into the courtroom with you, right? So it's about your team. You always say that.
That's right.
It's about picking the right people.
That's right.
And, you know, surrounding yourself with people who you can help them accomplish their goal and them help you accomplish your goal. So that's what we're here to do, man. Accomplish the goal.
And then we got to mention, we got Barbara in the building. Megan in the building, even though she ain't by her mic, which that's the hint that she need to get by the mic. I don't know how to explain that over the air without pointing.
Right.
And that not rude. Okay, we got Barbara behind the mic.
Hey,
Barbara, how you doing?
What's happening?
Barbara's doing fantabulous today, representing Macon, Runner-Robin, Centerville, and Texas, of course.
Okay, I mean, she's
Texas
naming
in the
off
house.
stuff. For a person that don't normally talk, she's trying to talk.
Yeah, listen.
Oh, we got people calling?
She worldwide. You know? Listen, she don't just be in Macon, she be in Texas and everywhere else.
So I got people calling in already. Hold on now.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you.
This might be a topic
Hey,
shit
man,
now.
you've been working on the numbers for the show, man.
Hey.
Y'all cats, man,
Hey,
putting it in,
Now,
bro.
I'm gonna get him
I've
on.
been hearing about that.
I'm gonna
work,
get
though.
him on the mic next time. I'm gonna let he don't even want to get on there yet.
Yeah,
Hi.
he not that
All
kind.
y'all
He's
know
behind
is
the camera type guy. I can already see it, you know. But I can tell you, man, y'all cats doing great work, and I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean for doing what you do.
it's gonna constantly take work, and I'm gonna tell you. What I like is like what you said, formulating a good team.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times what goes on is you feel like you can do it all. And what I'm realizing is we need to stop that.
Right.
Get the right people on, make the right changes. So
Okay.
I see I got a camera issue.
Yeah, you might
so,
need to check
go
that
ahead,
out.
we'll
Jay.
check out.
Let me just drop a few lines.
Go ahead, drop.
To
Talk about last week.
I just want to welcome everybody to the show tonight. This is Bar Talk with Jay, and Jay's vision basically is that we, you know, in a bar setting, once you have your first drink, you usually will open up, and that's what we are here tonight to do, is to just really have a dialogue about a particular issue and see where it goes. Jay and I don't all the time know where it's going to go, but what we do know, shall I say, is that it's going somewhere. Every discussion, you get a lot of value out of it, and there's so many turns and twists, and we try to cover all the angles, but everything we talk about for men, we also mean it for women.
Thank you.
Right? So ain't no biasness here, but we're just here to open doorways of conversation in your own home. This is not just about what we do in the studio. We're okay if you turn the camera, you know, turn the video off that you're listening to and continue that dialogue in your living room, because that's what this is about. This is about inspiring folk to have these discussions in their own families, amongst their own peers and friends and loved ones. And those dialogues are going to help us overcome some of the issues that technology has created. Right? That we can all 5 or 6 sit in a room, but ain't nobody talking to each other because we on our cell phone, right?
Yeah, too much of that.
Yeah, but this is a great way to you know, this is, I consider this a great piece for any setting. You know, you can have, you know, 2 or 3 people in a room, or you might have 20 or 30 people in a room, but you might start your own bar talk right in your living room.
That's what we want.
And I encourage you. Yeah, that's what we want. So so we're glad that you're here tonight, and we're gonna go ahead and dive in
Oh, yeah.
with last week's show. Let's do a quick recap.
Come on now, side chicks, are they winning? What?
Are they
Winning what? Are they winning the place of the first lady? Really?
Are they?
Now, when I tell you that was heated, but
That was
I think it was a great discussion.
Yes,
All right?
yes.
And a lot of times people be like, is this, we had a disclaimer, if y'all would have watched the pre-show on that one. Again,
And
no, this is
during
not
the show.
always us. It's,
Right.
it's about bringing up topics that everybody bring. And one of the things I want to make sure I mention, I need y'all to start leaving comments on topics. And that way we can come back and we can address them, and what y'all gonna find out. We're going to talk about some of the comments that was left. Reason why we want this roundtable discussion to influence you in a positive way.
Right.
Okay, we're not trying to bring the drama to everything, but again, we got to grab your attention and let you know we have some issues out there. And if we don't address them, we won't make change.
Yeah,
If we
and-
don't make change, we won't do anything different.
And we clearly discussed.
Oh
When I say
my
clearly, I think we came to the peak of the discussion. Is that cheating has been around for a long time.
Yes.
It's been going on for years and years and years. And Jay, you probably hit one of the biggest points that it's been going on so long. We hearing about granddad's family down the street and Uncle Joe's girlfriend and a lot of times these people aren't very far away. They're neighbors and the family know the side chick, etc. We asked the question, why are side chicks winning? And I think the best answer for the show was Jeffrey's answer. He said that the women that are in tune with their seductive side, the side chicks are in tune with their seductive muscle. And so, boy, I tell you, that adds so much light to the discussion. Because if someone cheats, if they're getting, kind of what they need at home, but they go outside of the home, then, it may be because the loving is good. Right? Sometimes it's because the loving is good. I think other things have pushed you out of the house. Arguing and money and stuff like that. So it was a great show, folks, and I'm telling you, I went back and listened to it 3 times. I was just blown away.
Man, even I went back and listened
Every
to that
time.
one. But hold on, Barbara, we got some comments over there for that last week's show before we move on to the hot topic of life.
Go ahead.
Yes, we have a couple of comments.
Mm-hmm.
10 out of 5 men said what Kraft said, that it could be something going on at the house,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why they go out on the outside to get someone else to be with.
That 5 out of 10 said what now?
That
What
you was
said,
correct.
That you were correct.
Yeah. I
That there's
appreciate
something
that.
going on wrong at the house,
Yeah.
that's why they're going out.
Okay.
We point out
Okay.
facts. We like that. What's up some of the other ones real quick?
2 of them said, these are men, said that maybe if they would have communicated with their wives and seen if they would have done the things that they like, then they would have went outside.
Okay, so communication.
There
That's
you go.
great.
That's a good key.
Yeah.
We got another one?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
10 out of 5 women.
5 out of 10.
These 2 are married,
Okay.
and they were like, most women already know that their men are messing around, but they already have someone on the side themselves.
Oh!
Wow. Okay,
Oh,
that's
my God.
it got a little hot in here. I don't know if it was my tie.
How many went? 5 out of 10 women
5 out of 10, and these women are married.
said that they know that their mans are cheating,
They
but I guess the transition is I'm kind of okay with it because I got another person myself.
correct.
Oh my God, 5 out of 10.
Hey man, only thing I can say is you better put it down right, or you get cheated on.
I mean, is sex that important, man? Is sex that important?
I mean, it's what you
Yes,
make it for.
I guess it is.
It's what you make it for. It's
I mean,
what you
it is
make.
important, man. Sometimes you ever been a little bit of a disagreement or argument with somebody, and you had sex, and it was the words that you couldn't say.
It was a feeling I just wanted. That what it was.
I guess sex is that important, man. 5 out of 10 of the women said 5 of the women. We need to frame this. 5 out of 10 of the women.
Hold on, we
You
ain't
know
gonna emphasize just on that
know
crap.
that they're
You gonna get
being
us in
cheated.
trouble, crap. This gonna be you tonight.
I'm in awe. I'm in awe by the statistic, man. Let's get to the inspiration for tonight, man. I think we're right on time for it. check out that show. It was fabulous. It was absolutely fabulous, man. I've been sending it all over the country, all over the world, I'm telling you. And if you need it, email Bar Talk with Jay, and we'll send you the link so you can just pop it right open. We got a fabulous podcast. We can send you the link. You can open it right up. It's a player. You can listen to a few minutes here, a few minutes there, a few minutes there, and get the whole
iTunes
show
now?
over a couple of days.
You can also go to iTunes.
iTunes, okay.
We got iTunes. You can go straight to iTunes. It's going to link you right into it as well. And it uploads automatically right after the show as well. So,
YouTube cats.
hey, I'm just telling you, we
trying
trying to get it where you don't have to go far. And then, up and coming, we're going to have movie status. That's right. That's the change that's about to show y'all that we ain't playing tonight. And that's why the topic of life is about you living it.
Yeah, we our inspiration for tonight, we've been doing faith and some other words. Tonight's inspiration is life.
Now, when you look at that life,
Let's talk about life.
man, when you really get in tune with yourself, you change your
Right.
own life.
Right.
And what I really like is that involvement of the right people in your life help you develop your life in a way that's really ordained.
Right.
Because he brings people to you. You just don't really recognize what he brought. And
Right.
again, you got to get in touch. And that when you get in touch and you start linking in that positive spirit. When I sit in meetings now, it's not just sitting in meetings and it's gloomy. I actually can pick up on other people's energy. And I can see who's
Yes.
the other hype person.
Yes.
And I automatically know where to go and who to sit next to.
Right.
Okay? Because now I know what's in me. And now I'm starting to feel what's in other people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how my life is changing. When you develop and you start understanding what was not understood before,
Right.
it changes your life to the better.
Absolutely.
It makes you more of a positive vessel than that negative source that's all around you.
Absolutely.
And I encourage people to get in tune with self, know self, love self,
Right.
and then you will learn others even better.
Absolutely.
And that helps all relationships.
There you go, man. I just always like to just kind of play with the core idea of life.
Go
You
ahead,
know,
go to the nucleus.
I mean, the thing about it is, as far as we know, we only have one.
Okay.
And let's just say that everybody gets about 70 years.
Okay.
And the first 20 years, we're trying to find ourselves. The next 20 years, we, fixing some mistakes that we made and changing some behaviors that we've, gotten that, maybe aren't for our good. And hopefully the last 30 years, right, from 40 to 70, we can live life. We can live life, because then we have all the wisdom. And it's not to say that if you're a young person that you can't live life. You can live life. But if you don't understand the fundamentals of life, it's going to be hard to live life. I was telling a friend of mine today who had a very tough day at work. And the tough day was, it was the project clouding her mind. It was the what the boss said clouding her mind. It was the pressure of having to perform tomorrow on her mind. And all of a sudden she got consumed by this tomorrow, right? And listen, life is about performance every day, right? Rain, sun, shine, sleet, or snow, we got to perform. Life requires us to perform every single day. So we can't get sideswiped by the things that happen in life, right? We have to know that there's going to be high tide and low tide. And we have to know that no matter what cometh, you're going to succeed. You got to know that you are being protected by a higher power. That's why you got to have a relationship with the Lord. You'll never get the most out of life unless you have a relationship with the Lord, right? I think that's first and foremost, because life doesn't mean anything until you get connected with the Lord. What life means without the Lord is having fun, right? You're just kind of having fun. You're just kind of meandering through life. You don't really have a purpose for your life. And, there's things that you'll want to do. There's things that you'll want to achieve. But until it's ordained by the Lord, it's never going to come to fruition, right? Because only His purpose is going to come to fruition. And if you can't fulfill his purpose, I would imagine He would probably cause you to perish, right? When that branch that's not going to produce fruit, there's no need for it, right? And so it's important that we really just take an analysis of this thing we call life. As big as it is, it only exists right now. And we got to stay focused on the present moment. And we can't be dissected in our spirit by our past, and we can't be an over dreamer or too far removed from our future. We got to stand in the gap right now, right this moment, and we got to apply our very best effort. And I wonder if I took a survey of all of the people across the globe, particularly in America, because I hold us a little more accountable than the rest of the world. If I took a survey of how many people actually give their very best every single day, what do you think that statistic would look like? What percentage of people?
It'd be very low.
It'd be very low. I'd say 20%.
Because I told you before,
Right.
I just started working within excellence.
Right.
And that's only because I understand my passion.
Right.
And when I found my passion, I can't stop doing what I know is ordained for me to do.
Yeah.
So to me, you have to do it in everything that you do. If
Everything.
you don't do it in everything, then you won't do it when it's called upon for you to do it.
Right.
And I feel like that's why we got this dirty walk right now. You walk, you talk, but then you don't do because it's not called for me to do it right now. So when I call for you to do it, I don't really feel like you'll be able to, because if you don't continue to sharpen your craft, do your craft, you won't do it when it's needed.
Yeah.
And that's why we fall behind, because we get lazy.
Right.
We get one-hit wonders.
Right.
It sounds good today, but it ain't gonna sound good
Right.
tomorrow.
Hey.
Keep going,
Yeah.
it won't change.
Listen, it works like this. Like a fish can never stop swimming.
There it is.
Right? If you stop swimming, you die.
And that's why we gotta keep it
You
moving.
can never stop swimming,
So,
folks.
we gotta
as
go to break, but hold on. You wanna get the quick definition? Because, it's been typed out for us. I don't wanna ignore, because I really do believe life is about serving. I do believe it's all about giving back to others.
It is, Jay.
It is us to make sure that we just don't disconnect from the world.
Right.
But you gotta have your own place, your own spiritual guidance, but you add to the world, but know where you're going in the world.
Yeah.
And in
Yeah.
order to do that, Craft and Jay,
Yes.
you gotta have faith. You gotta have
That-
faith in
what?
the Lord. You
What?
gotta have Him in your heart.
She don't even speak, y'all.
These things.
We got the Lord in the house with Barbara. Make it in the house. Make it in the house. Go, girl.
What's up? That's
Now, in a mission, we're about to take a quick break.
Yeah, that's rich, Barbara. That's very rich.
Yes, it was.
This week, folks, this week's topic is your love for sale?
Ooh,
Would you have a relationship just for financial gain?
Mm.
And
That's right, y'all.
that's a big subject, man. That's
Hey,
a
man.
big subject.
Throwing the chips out there, baby.
Yeah, that's a big subject, and we gonna dissect it as much as possible.
Let's not do that, Jay.
But the core idea is your love for sale.
I'm just trying to see what all I can get for a token. What y'all talking out there, y'all? What y'all talking?
Right?
We'll be right back with more talking. Yeah. Sounds of Craftmatic. Welcome back with Bar Talk with Jay. For all y'all just tuning in, we are hot and on fire tonight.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, we cannot get TK, and I know that depresses my man Craftmatic.
I'm hurt by that, man. I'm hurt by that. But I got so many weeks of her inspiration that I'll just I'll be all right tonight.
We might want to talk about some of them weeks. So we don't
Watch
have
out,
it.
watch out.
Ah, go Craft! See, Craft is a private man. I mean, I can't get anything out that guy. But I tell you what, everything is not to be told. So why don't y'all peep game? Everything that happens in your life shouldn't be put across the media.
Right. Absolutely.
Key segment to help in relationship, but we still got Barbara in the building over there in the corner. Barbara, the one that's always all quiet and making. What's going on, girl?
Nothing.
And then you need to speak up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. 'Cause I don't know what the hell that was a minute ago.
I can hear you now.
We had a problem in the building. All right, Barbara, you're there.
I'm here.
That's what we're talking about. You still have some comments. We're going to go back to the comments
Okay.
of last week's show because we want to make sure we answer as much as possible. Again, we couldn't have TK, but I tell you what, we can at least answer our fans. And again, we need you to leave more comments on every show that we have because, again, we want to grow and have a dialogue.
Okay.
This show is for you guys. We do skits and we put things out there to grow.
Right.
But we need your feeling and your help. Okay.
Okay.
This is a commitment that we're willing to go diligently through. You like that word,
Right.
diligently? Yeah. As we
Yeah.
diligently do this.
Yeah, how was it that last
We
night,
need
man?
to finish this like we do this, and it went great
It went
because that's
great.
what we do.
Okay.
We're committed.
Right.
Okay, if I had to define that word,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
committed, and that's what it shows.
Okay.
So
okay.
diligently,
So,
Barbara.
yeah, some
What
more
we got?
comments from last week's show, Side Chicks?
One of them was, she's an older lady,
Mhm.
and she said she doesn't consider being a side chick.
Mhm.
She wants to be called the other woman, and that she lived this decent life. But the only reason she had another man, or she called herself a side chick or whatever, so that she could have someone to be with, just at a particular time. And when feelings got in it, it was time for her to move on. She didn't have to answer to him, and he didn't have to answer to her.
Sound like convenience.
Well, it sounds like
Very convenient.
it sounds convenient, but you know what I'm hearing from her is that she just wants somebody to be with sometime,
Mhm.
right?
Well, that's the fine.
That's what they consider as being the other woman's
Yeah,
side chick.
I mean, if
Somebody
she,
to be with every now and then.
yeah, if she know he got somebody, but she okay with having him through, you know what I'm saying, from here and there and to and fro, and I don't think that is out of the norm, Jay.
What you mean? That's why we did this.
Listen, think about this, man, and this is something we really didn't talk about too much last week, is that there is many households without a man,
Right.
and those women need love,
Mm.
and I call it community service, right? Those women need love, and they're going to get love.
So,
Right? And so, it may be the yard man, come by every now and again, or the mailman, or the
Trim them
milkman.
hedges.
the
Trim
mailman.
them hedges.
Yeah. Y'all remember when the insurance man used to come around on his
What?
bike?
The milkman.
He showed a little bit more than insurance.
He sure would. Well, he was insuring somebody.
He got a down payment.
But listen, we have to understand that everybody's gonna get they love it. You know, one of the things that always intrigued me when I was a young man is I would see the most beautiful girls pregnant, and I said, I know she wasn't having sex, right?
No, you're wrong.
Right? I was wrong, right? I was wrong. Like, yeah, they're gonna be having sex too, and it's not anything. Jay over here laughing at me. But sometimes you think most people think, hey, I ain't got nobody in my life. But to have somebody in your life for a season or for a reason may not be a bad thing, Jay. I think we've all been a victim of it, and we've all victimized somebody of it. It's just kind of the way life goes, right? I don't think anybody's going to be alone all of their life if they can choose not to.
I feel like, man, it's definitely your choice.
Yeah.
That's totally up to you. If you want to be the side chick, if you want an extra piece of, that's totally up to you. I just want to make sure we're very clear that we're not saying everyone does it. There's a lot of committed men out there that does not believe in cheating and does not
absolutely.
cheat. So I want to make
men,
sure,
but
and women.
Men and women.
Men,
Yes.
Well, okay, thanks for the correction over there, Ms. Barbara.
You're so
This for once getting loud, it wasn't loud before. But anyway, yes, you are correct, Barbara. Men and women,
Right.
that go about things the right way. So we definitely want to give them credit.
Yeah.
And
do
the
you-
ones that's out there doing their things, at least be honest and on upfront.
Yeah. Do you think that most relationships?
I wouldn't say most, but I would like to say if you're more on the upfront,
Half.
then I would say it's a different equation. Because if you really think about it, crap, if a person is saying he's not trying to be in a monogamous relationship and he's just dating, then there's no cheating. Okay, that cheating is off the table. You can say what you like.
Right.
Just
If it's
you
not
can take
committed,
that
it's
off.
not cheating.
Exactly. So if you're in a committed relationship and then, oh Lord, that mother just flew past me. And if you're in a committed relationship and you're married, now you got commitments that you need to hold true.
Right.
Now them the ones that I'm really feeling like they're playing around with.
Right.
Because you want to act like you still that single person that's just dating and you took on that role. Watch the role play that you play. Because I really feel like you're not playing correct.
Right.
I think I got too many lights on and left the door open.
Yeah.
So we got little critters in the building, sorry about that, flying around us. But one of the things I would tell you is let's be more honest on the upfront. And if we are more honest on the upfront, it makes a person feel like they're making a decision off of the honesty, not your deception.
Absolutely.
And when you start with deception, it's not going to be a good end, period.
And watch this, Jay.
What you got?
I think this is a great.
So, oh yeah,
Segue.
I see you getting wormy a
Well,
little
I think
bit.
it's a great segue into our show tonight because we're talking about can you buy love?
Correct.
And cheating and buying love, I think they kind of go together a little
Yes, they
bit,
do go together,
right?
because
Go
some
ahead.
people do buy it.
Some people allow themselves to be bought,
I got my chips in my hand.
maybe the people who allow themselves to be bought aren't thinking to themselves, "I'm allowing myself to be bought." They're thinking, "I'm just kind of taking advantage of the situation. I'm just coming up off of this gravy." Right? And I'm probably gonna get mine because he puts it down. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Keep on tapping,
is
baby.
there a
Not
trade-off?
only because they put it down because they know they can get that
Right. Now,
financial need.
yeah. Now, there's two conversations we need to have here.
Okay.
Is love for sale, or is sex for sale?
Okay. Which one you want to talk about first? Which one you selling? I feel like I'm a car salesman right about now. I feel like I'm in a dealership and I want to find out what contract I want to get in on.
Right. Well, we got one for you.
89.99% is sex.
Sex.
Okay, well I got my chips in hand and what we talking?
Okay.
And sometimes, like Popeyes and Church's Chicken.
Right.
I go to Church's Chicken because I can afford it. I go to Popeyes, I think they want their chicken too. You know why?
Right.
It's overpriced.
Right.
So they need to cut it. So my whole thing is, even though it's good, sometimes you gotta watch that price. It can take you out the game.
Absolutely.
So,
You know what I'm thinking, Jay? And this is just from 40,000 feet. I like to just look at the lay of the land. That
talk to me.
courtship has always been about spending money. I mean, it is about walking in the park and stuff like that, but you gotta have a nice car to take her there. You know what I'm saying?
Walk to the park.
You know what I mean? Hey, my daddy said, listen, if you don't feed them, they want to go home.
Right? True play.
So, I mean, listen, that's the reality is that, if you're going to be dating or if you're going to, go out and get you some loving, you're going to have to spend some money. That's just the way life works. That's just the way it works. And you don't have to go spend $100 meals. You don't have to go, buying candy and flowers, but, you're going to end up buying an ice cream cone and you're going to end up going to a movie and you're going to end up having dinner at a restaurant. If nothing else, you're going to have to buy a new outfit. It's because you want to impress her a little bit, or, you're going to impress him, so you got to go buy, So, that is money in the sale of love, no matter how you look at it. Most people's mind immediately go to, excuse my French, but they go to hoeing. Right? We're not, there's a lot of layers of money and love before you get to that, And I think, and the show is just really about waking us all up to, what do we have to give up in order to get love? That's kind of what we're talking about, right? What do we have to sacrifice in order to get love? And it is going to take things and stuff. It's going to take time. It's going to take money. It's going to take clothes. It's going to take, whatever to.
Well, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, what's your question?
Since we're having all these side chicks
Mm-hmm.
or doing all this multiple dating, all this money that we're spending on them, why we just can't put it on the main one and we have conversation with them so we can get everything to be in a proper way?
Well, I think that's an excellent question, Barbara, and I got an excellent answer for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Right?
Man.
It goes like this. Until I figure out where to invest my money, all of my money, then I probably want to manage a diversified portfolio of investments. That way, if I lose something or if something becomes a crutch, then I can fade
Diversify.
it without challenging my whole portfolio. It's just business, right? It's just business, right? To some degree.
Crap, you really got to look at bad up here. Really
No. Listen, you think women ain't doing it too? You think women ain't going out with 2-3 men a week?
You're so correct, they are.
They catching the party at one place. They catching nice fat dinners probably all 3 times a week, right? It's happening a lot with women,
And some are doing that and they don't pay bills, have nice cars, nice
Oh
clothes.
yeah, Oh,
Now, see,
absolutely.
Living in a mini mansion, sitting back.
Yeah.
Now see,
It's
that's-
going down.
This
Jay.
why it caused a great discussion because again it makes people uncomfortable, and I want people to be uncomfortable because it is happening. And I like to say, let's talk about it on a real table, because I like to say everybody want to play with it because again you want to be like, nah, it ain't me. Guess what? Let's pay attention to what's really going on and let's make change to our behavior because again, how you gonna make the difference to the world is by what you do.
See, hopefully we're gonna get to something that I can change, but you can't get
Well,
away from spending money
right,
to
but
find love.
When it comes to spending money, think about it. How about hold on to some of your money, right? And
Okay.
then watch what they do. Because again, if you just spend it, they're gonna keep doing.
Yeah.
So let's do something different. So since you got it and everybody is just feeding off you,
Mm-hmm.
let's stop feeding them.
Yeah.
Guess what? Some will step up to the case. Remember I said work with an excellence. Some will step up to the table and do the things that make you be like, you know something? I knew that was a strong one.
Right.
Okay, so you got a better candidate.
Right.
Because again, I always told you pick your team.
Right.
But sometimes you overfeeding your team and you're not seeing the best results.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
have to change our coaching methods
Right.
to get people to get to their highest potential.
Hey, listen, and you said I was making us look bad, huh?
Oh, I'm just trying to raise you up, baby. I ain't trying to just feed you and make you porky pig. I want you to be the.
I mean, listen.
I want you to be the best you can be.
Let's
I'm gonna be the best that I can be.
listen. Let's cover this part right
Where's
here.
that part is that?
Most dating
Uh-huh.
is not necessarily to meet Mrs. Right,
Yeah, it's to
right?
get to know a
And
person.
so entertainment costs.
Yeah, that's.
If you go skating, bowling, shoe pool, it's always gonna be some food involved. You're gonna have to spend some money.
Mhm.
And I have never really looked over my shoulder and thought to myself that I bought her love. I bought her spirit or I bought her sex, because of the money that I spent. Now, I mean, even in dating, you still have to perform. And I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about you got to show up on time. You got to look good. You got to have a nice fresh haircut, maybe a little cologne. You got to get your car clean. You're gonna make reservations at a nice dinner. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to get some feedback. So I don't want to belabor the point, but you're gonna have to spend money to get love. Period.
Right.
Now you might can cut back on the slow program and see what happens, but you also it's all a sales job, so to speak. I don't want to belittle it, but you got to close the deal, man, and you can't close the deal on McDonald's and Burger King. You know what I'm saying? You got to close the deals on something much nicer. You know what I'm saying? And at worst case, Ponderosa or Golden Corral.
Man, they still got a Ponderosa. Man, that was way back in the day right now. Crab brought back some serious memories.
Hey, you
But
can
we
eat
don't
all
have
you
to
can
go.
eat, baby.
We gotta go to break. Nothing about going crowd now. Got me over here hungry. We're gonna be coming right back in, and again, we're trying to keep you uplifting with this, and again, we're making laughter to a situation that's really going on.
Yeah.
And we really want y'all to understand that we want to be respectful in this,
Yeah.
but to get you to see things in a way that you might reflect on some of your own behavior.
Yeah.
And let's really look at this. Let's dig down and comment. Send me some quotes. Give me some thoughts. I'd like to hear your ideas because one of the things that's going on in my head is not just what I think.
Right.
It's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it. Welcome back with Bar Talk with Jay back in the building, baby. I tell you, it's a hot and on fire session tonight. We didn't have TK with us tonight. Hopefully everything is going good with her. But who I do have back on the phones with me, Jeffrey, back in the building. What's up, baby?
Brother Jay, what's going on with you, fellas?
Man, we just trying to make it, baby.
Just trying to make it, man. Just trying to make it. Listen, I've been mocking you this week again, man.
That's what we do.
Boy, you got an inspirational voice. I'm telling you, the good Reverend Dr. Jeffrey, folks. How you doing, man? How's life treating you?
Well, I tell you, life has been hitting me from all angles so much that I forgot to wish my brother Jeremiah happy birthday.
Oh, okay.
That's how bad life been hitting you, boy. I fell off and forgot to wish him happy birthday. So happy birthday, belated birthday.
Man, you know something, man? Thank you for even going back to saying that, man. Because, I had so many, Jeffrey, I won't even lie to you. All I can say is thank you. And I'm still celebrating, so don't even worry about it. Kraft told me for the whole month, so the whole month of November, all the way to the Scorpio season end, baby, it's on and popping.
Good deal, good deal. Man, I'm going to let y'all in on the secret. Today, I tried to hide at work. Them folks came and found me. And when they found me, they put me back to work.
Right.
And when they put me back to work, they had me working to the end of the day. But
Yeah.
you still know what time it is.
Yes, sir.
It is still time for you to close your mouth and listen. You ask me some questions, I give you some answers from a man's point of view.
All right.
Now, I got one reason for the habitually single woman and one reason for the habitually single man as to why they might be single. But here is my disclaimer.
Okay.
Now, what I'm about to say might not apply to you. And if it does apply to you, I don't want you to put your foot up in this shoe. But if it does apply to you, I want you to put both feet in both shoes and walk around in them because you're going to learn something tonight. And ladies, you are first.
Okay.
Now, ladies, you might be single because you suffer from a condition called oppositional reflex.
Oh.
You suffer from oppositional reflex. Here is what I mean. A man could go outside and say the sky is blue, and it's a crystal clear, no cloud in the sky, blue sky day.
Right.
And you will say, no, it ain't a blue sky. There's actually no color to the sky. Blue is just the only color not absorbed by the sun rays. That's why it looks blue, but in actuality, can you capture blue in the cup? Type of response. Just because the man said it, you feel like you got to stand up to it. A man could tell you, listen, I was sitting on the ground. I'm going to pick it up. Why you don't get your hands dirty? It don't make a difference what the man does. You will oppose it. You sit there and have a man that's as divine as Jesus himself. And you'll say, you know what? Yeah, he can walk on water, but he got holes in his hands, and he might lose some money. I need you to understand, ladies, just because a man does it, you stand up to it because you feel like you have to oppose that man.
Right.
You keep on opposing everything that man brings to you. You keep on opposing and resisting any type of help he tries to give or any type of insight he tries to give. Keep on opposing that. What you're going to end up attracting is a whole bunch of singleness because that brother ain't going to deal with it. He's going to go find that woman that's going to treat him right, and he's going to leave your ass.
Single.
And for a very long time. Boy, that is a good one right there.
Man,
How many
that's
times
smooth.
does arguments happen when somebody, we
Just
on
wanna
women that
challenge
time, just want to challenge it for no reason at all. You say something that's pure fact, and they gonna say, well, no, it doesn't work that way. So,
You ain't gonna get the last word tonight.
I know, man. I cannot stand that. I cannot stand that. Jeffrey, that's right on point, man. That's right on point, man. Do your thing.
Fellas, I need you to understand now. I'm not letting you off the hook, brothers.
Uh-oh.
You are next.
Uh-oh.
Let me understand me. Here's what we haven't done very well. We have not taken our role as protectors seriously. I'm going to say it a little differently now.
Okay.
We are the protectors in our community. And when I say we are the protectors from internal and external forces that are attacking our community. Internal and external. Now, here's what I mean. Fellas, you can't be woke talking bad about sisters. You cannot be woke. You cannot be conscious. You cannot be about the business of building up our community talking bad about sisters.
Right.
You cannot do it. The two are diametrically opposed to each other.
Right.
In addition, fellas, what we also have to recognize is that our women have some deep-seated insecurities that we are not protecting them from. Now understand me, that's something inside of that woman that we have to build a type of environment that roots that insecurity out.
Right.
And once that insecurity is rooted out, it's no longer passed down to our children.
Right.
And once it's not passed down to our children, guess what else ain't happened? Our children ain't out there running them streets. I need you to understand something, fellas. Our women have been making money on their own for a while now.
Right.
Our women have been getting educated on their own for a while now. What they have not been getting from us is the protection that allows them to just be women. So what ends up happening is they turn to themselves so much, to depend on themselves so much. When we reach out to them, they're not, really willing to reach their hands back out because our hands aren't strong enough.
Right.
Our protection isn't strong enough. And as long as our protection is not strong enough, well, they're going to choose to be by themselves and they're going to leave us single.
Now that was on point like a mother. I can't say on this one, I ain't got to put my Timberlands on. I don't fit them shoes.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, you hit upon a lot of people on that one, Jeffrey. It's the men that don't like you now too.
Yeah. I'm proud of this one because and I'm proud to receive. We talk about conviction. I certainly don't mind being convicted on this one, and don't mind convicting some brothers on this one
Call 'em out.
because we cannot talk bad about sisters, and we must protect our women's insecurities, right? And what he said, root it out. Okay. We're not talking about money here. We're talking about protecting the hearts and the minds and the souls of a species.
Right.
A part of a part of ourselves. And there's so many, TV shows, and there's so many people who have negative things to say about women, maybe about how they dress or how they take their hair, or maybe even sometimes about how they do business. But you got to understand, fellas, that these women oftentimes are products of the environment that we left them, and because we made so many mistakes, they had to veer off to another direction. And so now, what Jeffrey is saying is that we got to stand in the gap, and we got to start to fix some of this nonsense. We can't allow women to be degraded in our communities any longer, no more than we can allow our race to be degraded. We have to stand in the gap and speak highly of women. Women seem to love it when you compliment them. And I'm not just talking about how pretty they are, but they're pretty smart too. They got a lot of joy and a lot of character in them. They fix up well. I mean, there's a lot of wonderful things that we need to be pouring into women, and I think that's what Jeffrey's talking about. We got to nourish the women that have brought us this far, because if we don't do it, it probably won't get done. And I'll leave with that. It's on you, Jeffrey.
Woo.
Man, listen. Last thing I got is this. What are we fighting for? Why are we, men and women in our community, why are we fighting so, vigorously against each other? Why are we constantly at each other's throats? Why are we bickering over small stuff? Why are we still, hurt over little small pains? Why are we still, crying over little small, things that didn't go our way? I'm trying to figure out what we are fighting each other for. Who's trying to be right so much that we'll fight against each other in the ways that we are fighting? The only thing that happens from us fighting is we are creating a generation of broken children.
Yes.
Broken children.
Yes.
Because we're fighting so hard against each other. I'll tell you what we're fighting about. We're fighting because we're in pain. That's why we're fighting like we fight. Because we're in pain. We're so tired of being talked about and dragged through the mud that we're turning on each other and fighting against each other to make each other, or to make ourselves feel better.
Right.
Because, hey, I might be down, but I ain't down like that person. Or I ain't down like that person.
Right.
So we're fighting against each other. I'll submit to you this. It's time to stop fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Men, I'm going to tell you, sometimes when your woman's mad and she's hitting you in your chest, you just got to take your arms and put your arms around her and pull her ass close to you until she gives up that fighting spirit and gives you back that love.
Yes.
And that's what we got to do. We got to put our arms around our community. And yeah, it's going to fight. Our community is going to fight when we pull it close.
Yes.
But I guarantee it, the closer our community gets to our heart, the less they will stop fighting.
Yes.
And when we stop fighting, we'll start loving each other again.
Right.
And when we start loving each other again, we'll start building our communities up again. And once we build our communities up again, it's going to be some reckoning going on up in this piece, because when we move, people take notice.
Yes.
When we move, just imagine when we move in unity,
Right.
the amount of notice they will be forced to take.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just stop fighting open our arms up and hug each other and just stop fighting.
Yes.
But that's all I got.
Ah,
I
man.
tell you what, Jeffrey, that was hot and on fire, but I got a question for you. We'll make a change to this real quick. Jeffrey, how you looking a little bit later on? Do you stay with us till a little longer?
Yeah, I stay with you a little bit longer.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go to break at 8 o'clock, and we gotta come back with a little 5-minute segment, and I'm gonna bring you on because I want to see what you think about our topic tonight. I want you to get in with me and Kraft, and we're gonna go a little knee deep and see if that love for sale. I want to see what your thoughts, where you gonna bring to the table with it, and we can have a dialogue.
And we'll do that. We'll do that for about 10 minutes, Jeffrey. So if you can be with us till about 10 minutes after, maybe 15 minutes after the hour, we'll get your inspiration and then let you go. I want to comment on list number 3 because this number 3 is just
Big.
the root of it all, and how it applies to me. Let me just go back a long while, and I'll make this quick. I really did not know unconditional love until it began to creep up or crop up in my spirit for my ex-wife. I spent so many years angry and upset and mad about what happened, and then all of a sudden I started praying over it, and after praying over it, it was almost like the Lord opened my eyes that, you know what, that still is my children's mother.
Right.
I need to be loving her. I need to be speaking highly of her. I need to be sending her positive energy. And so, ultimately, as I started to talk with her, it was almost like our love was renewed, but not like the old renewed. It was renewed just with a good conscience for our children and caring about each other. If she was sick that week, the kids probably didn't eat well, right? Right? That's the way it works. And so I need to love up on her. We need to stop fighting. Men, if you've got children with women, find a way to put the nonsense away and focus on the kids, focus on what's best for the community, focus on what's best for their home. And I'm telling you, you'll find nothing but fruit out of that. And I know it's not easy, but there's a lot of men who are not in their children's lives because of this. They're still fighting with the children's mother.
That's correct.
Stop it already.
I need to make a comment
Right?
on that.
Go ahead.
We should all love, but it's sometimes that you can't let it go, but you have to forgive. I
Right.
learned to forgive, but I'm not going to forget. But
Okay.
he can't be a part.
Okay.
So
Okay.
sometimes you can. It's all according to what the situation is.
If you're saying that you're forgiving somebody but you're not forgiving, you may as well not forgive them.
Right.
Because forgiveness is about letting it go. Now, you can learn the lesson and grow from the lesson, but if you're going to forgive someone, that is unconditional. You don't forgive them just so I can say, well, I forgive you, but I remember what you did. No, when you forgive somebody, you let it go, and you letting it go for you.
Yeah.
Now, you might not never deal with that person ever again in your life, and that's okay. But when you forgive, make sure that you're forgiving and forgiving the transgression completely. Not holding on to it, right? Because I'm not holding it against you, but I'm kind of keeping it in my pocket just in case I got to pull it back up. That's not true forgiveness. You let it go and you let it go so it doesn't poison you.
Yeah. And that's right. That's right on the money. The forgiveness has to be about overcoming the pain of it all. You have to find a way to overcome the pain of it all, and really, it's not going to be you're not going to be able to justify any of it by yourself. You're going to need some divine inspiration, right? I mean, there's no one or nothing that can soften your heart greater than the Lord. And if you don't lean on Him, then you're probably going to still be a little worldly minded, and you're still probably not going to let go of the old stuff. You got to let it go, and you got to find just what Barbara said, that unconditional love. It comes after hurt, and it comes after pain, and it comes regardless of the things and stuff of former. That means you can love that person no matter what they did to you and how they did it to you. You're not going to set yourself up for the same show, for the same nonsense and
That's
the same
correct.
program, right? But you're going to still love them. Because here's the bottom line. If you have anything but love in your heart, it's hurting only you. It's not hurting the other person. It's really stealing your opportunities and your gifts
And taking your
and
power.
your blessings, right? So man, what an awesome discussion.
Well,
about.
only thing I can do is go to break on that one, man, because y'all got it real hot and heated.
Yeah.
Jay don't even got to give his little 2 cents in it because one, there's nothing really to add to that. And then one thing I love about it is sometimes everybody got to speak on top of somebody. Sometimes this is joy and absorb the love that's in the air, because what y'all gave was love, and I hope y'all received it like I heard it. And that's why when women feel like y'all got to speak and get the last word, it was already spoken. Fat lady, a song, y'all did that. I dropped the mic, but we about to go to break, so we gonna be right back with you. Jeffrey, stay with us. And y'all, we're about to have a treat because we're about to find out where your love really lies. With money or with me, because I got money tonight. All right. We back with Bar Talk with Jay, and this is gonna be our new segue. Yes, we're gonna do something different tonight. Yes, we're doing Throw Out Thursday. Yes, and I bet y'all wonder what goes on Throw Out Thursday. Well, we gonna do something different tonight. Yes, we're gonna do a game show theme, okay? We're gonna have some fun, okay? All you guys that might have somebody at home that y'all don't want at home no more, Throw Out Thursday is gonna be one of the fun things we're about to do real quick. I'm gonna start with me, okay? This is just me. I know Craftmatic got kids too, and I don't want his kids to be tripping because again, Jay likes to have fun, okay? I got a son named Rocky, okay? Good guy, all right?
Okay.
And Rocky comes from good loins. That's my child, right? 28 years old, and what I'm doing tonight, he got to go. Y'all say what you want. He got to go. Guess what now? It comes with a deal. He's going tonight with a bedroom set. Yes, I said it. Jay is letting his son go tonight. Y'all need to go ahead and inbox me. That's why I'm giving away my son. Giving away my son. But listen, it ain't like that. I'm giving away with a bedroom set with a TV. That's right. Chest drawer, bedroom set, TV and all. One condition. No return. Don't you even think about bringing his ass back. I'm trying to tell you right to now. It's all yours. And guess what? Bar Talk with Jay, which is me, will deliver it to you. That's right. I will do that for you. Right. And let me tell you, right, if y'all hit me and inbox me right now, I'm going to upgrade the booty back TV to a flat screen. I'm only going to do it for the ones that hit me up immediately, okay? And if you got a girlfriend, she didn't take him away, so he don't got one today. That's all I got to say. So Throwback Thursday is when we get them out the way. Now, I'm just saying. Now, I know a lot of family members going to be saying something, but you can say what you want. Understand, he ain't my room, he got to go. I want to walk around and have some fun.
That's horrible.
All I can tell you is, he's a good guy, got good loans.
Right.
He got from me. I'm just saying, I'm giving away a beautiful bedroom set that I bought for him a while ago. It's still in great condition.
Right.
Does he have a job?
He has a job.
He has a job.
And he has a job. He's a supervisor at a car wash. He handles his business.
Okay.
Then again, he has backing. He has his daddy. I still back him. Okay? So you ain't just getting a bum. I'm just trying to tell you. Now, I don't know what all you're getting because that's my son.
You gonna rent him an apartment then?
I'm good.
Huh? I thought you were trying to get rid of him.
I'm getting to a female that needs a good man.
I thought you were
I'm trying to pair him up. I could have been
been.
got him apart. I need him with somebody that's going to make everything come together how it's meant to be.
Okay, so you need to say someone that has their own
Oh, yeah,
apartment.
okay. It's a game show, so I hope they got something. If both of them ain't going to have nothing at the rate y'all go. Anyway, we're trying. You can say whatever you
We
want.
thought you were buying the paying for the apartment. And
Whoa,
give them a bedroom.
so you want me to pay? See, that's the problem right now. Everybody want to stay in my pocket. My whole thing is this.
Is
I
that what
want
it
him
says,
to be living his life out my pocket. I want him to live his life for him, not me. My children live their own life. Now, I want y'all to understand one thing. I would never do that to the girls. I know they listen to the show. I love my girls, and no, I would not do. Daddy wouldn't do you like that. But to the boys, oh, yes, I would. And y'all can say what you want. And come over here and talk to me if you
You
want.
gonna put the boys out?
I put them out all day long. Hey, man, they got to fly. They told me back in the day, them boys need to leave that nest and need to. Well, they ain't flying, player. Now, they ain't left nothing.
Right.
They lay eggs at my nest.
Right.
They need to fly over. So again, this is Throwout Thursday, and this is just fun. Bar Talk with Jay, just having fun. But again, for y'all ladies that needs a good young man, strong back, working, good loins, with a bedroom set. And again, I can upgrade the booty back to a flat screen tonight if you hurry up in the next 15 minutes. After that, you get the booty back. Okay, we're gonna go back to Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, you still on the line with us,
We're going
man?
back to Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, you still with us? All
I
right.
am still here. I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to follow that up.
Jerry, you don't follow that up. We going into the topic for you, man. That was our Throwback Thursdays.
Okay.
It's gonna change to later on to throwing out the things you don't need in your life, from the bad thoughts, the poor customer service, bad managers. We're gonna have some
People
fun
with
with
attitudes.
it. But I had to throw my son out there first because we're gonna have some fun. If you can't have some fun, then why you listen to my show?
That's horrible.
You can call it what you like, and I'm gonna get a lot of flack. I mean, my ex-wife ain't gonna say
How
nothing
you
to
gonna
me.
throw your baby out,
Nah,
man?
because one, he
That's
grown,
not the
he a grown ass man.
He gonna be the baby.
He might be my baby, but he gonna be my baby away from me.
Don't he cut some grass or something? Clean some
he,
windows or
he,
something
he
out
can
here?
do it all at somebody else's place. You don't need to do it here.
Okay, let's
You gonna come home talking about daddy? What you want me to do?
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Okay.
What about co-host? Got to get back to his.
All right. Back to Jeffrey. Jeffrey, we got a topic for
Okay.
you tonight, and we want to see. We really want to hear your input.
Yeah.
On the topic, can money buy your love? And is it really buying your love? Or is it just buying sex? Two different things, and we want to see your perspective on them. Yes.
Now you said, is the money buying your love or is it buying credit?
Oh, he changed it up. I like that.
For that question, because the money ain't buying love now. The money's buying credit. Now here's the thing that money can do. Now money is not the key to all happiness. Don't get it twisted. But money is the key to comfort. You have to have enough money to be comfortable.
Right.
Now, there are some people that have a whole lot of money. They can do a whole lot of things that are unhappy. When I say unhappy, I mean unhappy spiritually.
Right.
Yes, they got a fat bank account, but they don't have that spirit bank full.
Right.
That spirit is on piggy bank status.
Right.
Now, listen. Now, let's not get it twisted. Every man and woman wants to be comfortable in life.
Okay.
There are some people that will be completely happy with you and your money.
Right.
That as soon as the money dries up, they are gone.
Uh-huh.
I mean, completely gone. They will leave you high and dry. So here's what I'll submit to you right here. The one thing that has more value than money is the way that you make somebody feel.
Right.
I mean, women, I want you to get it twisted. I can be broke as hell and still take you on an amazing date that will make you remember what I took you to,
Right.
where I took you to, and what I did to you.
Right.
Much more than how much I spent on you.
Right.
We love y'all.
Yes.
But sometimes y'all don't know what the hell y'all want. Y'all got two beautiful eyebrows. Y'all will cut them eyebrows off and draw them on when the Lord bless you with natural eyebrows. How in the hell is a man supposed to compliment? I don't understand. We confused. But ladies, you figure that out. You let me know next week when I call that.
Right.
We need all y'all comments, because that one right there should draw a lot of attention. You hear that? Draw a lot of attention. You cut them off, then you draw them back. Y'all, that's going to draw a lot of attention. Yeah, Bar Talk with Jay said it first.
Thank you, Brother Jeffrey. Folks, this is the good Reverend Dr. Jeffrey.
Woo!
And, man, we appreciate you. And we'll catch you on next week's round, man.
All right.
Okay. Listen, man, boy, I tell you, we get so much value
Now
out of
you
that
see why I
brother's
said,
participation. You know?
hold them on,
Yeah.
because we going to have some fun.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I tell you what, when he was talking about money, they're okay with you and your money, and as soon as the money dries up, they're gone. And that happens
A lot.
quite often.
Mhm.
What does that really say to the person who got left? Does that say that he is less of a person? Because oftentimes it hurts the person who's been spending the money, and it hurts their feelings when they get treated like that. Right?
Well, you also got to look at how you were spending it also. You know, a lot of times you get arrogant when
That
you have
happens.
that power.
That
okay?
happens. That happens.
And your ego gets big, and then you're paying, and you're really feeling like that person owes you because I bought you. I bought you this. I bought you that.
Yeah.
I did these things. Okay, so it's not gifts. They're just given from the heart.
Right.
These gifts because you know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm doing, and I put myself in this position, and I'm your daddy, but I'm a paid daddy.
Right.
Now as I'm paying, and I got you in this position,
Mm-hmm.
I got power over you because you need what I'm getting.
Right.
And I know this. This is called a little power move.
Right.
But what you don't realize is you don't have her full love. You got credit.
You
And-
got credit.
And she's
That's good.
banking your credit.
Right.
And then all of a sudden when you fall short, and you just feel like, oh, she got you because again,
You
you know, I've been there and I did all
Yeah.
this for you.
I
So
know.
guess what?
Yeah.
You need to show up and take care of daddy.
Right.
And you find out she don't show up. And
She
you like,
don't
well,
show
why you ain't show up? Because she giving her real credit to the one that she really loves. She just getting yours
That's
to
right.
support something else because
That's
she
right.
already figured you out.
That's right.
That you really ain't a person she would really want because how you treat her.
Right.
You know,
But she's-
even though you paying, you don't
But
show
she
no
is
love
spending,
and
but
no
she is
respect.
spending money. And listen, there's so many directions I want to go on this one.
Go for it.
It's happening among spouses
Yeah.
that men are trying to buy their wives' love rather than being there for them and being in a relationship with them and talking to them and loving on them. They're just buying them stuff. They buy them stuff and then they go out of town for 5 or 6 days and they might not even, how can you be married and not call your spouse every day? Right? We're talking about spouses, across the way, not even contacting their spouses on a daily basis. And when they get home, they think everything is all right. Right? And I think what's happening is they building some credit. They get a little credit for what they do, but they don't get no credit for who they are. And that's the sad part of this.
It's lost.
That's the sad part of this equation. Yeah,
It gets lost.
it gets lost in the whole equation.
And that money thing is what really, really throws things off because remember, a lot of times it wasn't about money. When a lot of times when people really fall in love, they look away from money and they look at you.
They look at you when they fall in
a lot
real
of
love.
a lot of women put an investment into your spirit.
Right.
They see things in you that you don't see.
Right.
And a lot of women bank on what you don't even know that they see. And they be like, you know something? He rough around the edges, but I see the good in him.
Yeah.
I see with my help, he will be the next governor,
Yes.
the next president.
Yes.
They see what you don't.
Yes.
And again, by that, y'all investing in each other. But when you just paying, they ain't willing to invest because, yes, he's making my life comfortable.
Right.
But I don't see anything in him because what he's showing me is just rude.
Right. But
You-
they
you
but they
telling
play the
me-
game. They
but
play the
they-
game.
they'll play it
They
because
will play the game.
you're making me comfortable.
Right.
And let me tell you something.
Don't you-
Money can buy temporary happiness because it can get you things that you really want. And any
Which is-
goal that you achieve,
which is
you're
stuff.
happy. So when you get the material things, you're happy for a moment. But again, true happiness is spiritual.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Now, money ain't gonna always get you that spiritual fulfillment because that's more earthly.
Right.
Spiritually, you got to get more mentally in tune. And then that's when you start getting away from earthly money and some of the things that but guess what? They all tie. And you have to separate and have a better understanding.
Yeah.
So again, I can understand somebody accepting that money
Yeah.
and doing what they got to do, but guess what? You're not going to take my joy,
Right.
my love. Guess what? You can pay this and you can do that. But one thing you're not going to do is disrespect me and make me feel less than a man or a woman while you play your game.
Right.
Because you play, I'm not. So I you can say a mistress, you can say what, but hopefully it's a dating. Okay, we're gonna go back to that because I don't want to go to marriage and the rest because that's a different aspect. But if you're just dating, I'm putting it in an angle that's gonna work best for me because I don't think it's gonna last for me. But I will bank and credit on what you're trying to do
Right.
while you calling yourself controlling me.
Right.
And then I'm gonna make my moves later on because you played your hand.
Yeah. Listen, and let's talk about young pretty girls who go with or fall in. I don't know if they fall in love. That's the question here. Do they fall in love? But young pretty girls who end up with old men.
Well,
I mean, now maybe they could be experiencing some wonderful wisdom. Maybe he's still putting it down. But I think the comfort zone is everything. He gonna slip $100 every week. He gonna make sure, she can taking care of the grocery bill. Might send some money for the kids or the grandkids.
Oh, crap.
And that's a pretty nice place to be.
Crap, you
Women
really-
know how to satisfy themselves.
Why
They,
would
they don't
an
necessarily.
older
need to-
man ain't playing some of the younger games, so he already know how to take care and show them something that he know he didn't do when he was younger.
Okay.
So he know how to
That's-
captivate them. Okay,
Right.
So it's easier to seduce them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not just give them money, but show them. Okay. That these young boys out here ain't doing these things for you, baby girl. Let me
Right.
show you some things, and they get that smoothness,
But he
right?
buying that love,
And
though,
he
Jay.
buying it, but he's also captivating because he's also showing them some things
Because
that
this-
they was not able to ever see. And then again,
Man.
they ain't all just paying some. Is looking for that too because they got a young person seeing them in a way that they might never been seen before. So
Okay.
now you got a captivating young girl interested in an older guy, and you be like, how in the world is this young money? But also some of them fall in love with them because they show them and give them life differently than they ever seen
And listen,
before.
it's easy to fall in love with wisdom, with somebody
Throw you all the way.
who's cool as a fan, who done been there and done that, who's fun loving, fancy free in life. Those are wonderful people to be around. And so,
I love 'em.
and when I brought this up, Jay, I wasn't necessarily thinking from that perspective, but I know that. If a younger woman came into my life, I'm going to show her a lot that she hasn't seen.
Mhm.
And that's going to be inspiring. That's going to be stimulating. That's going to be, part of the gravy of the deal. But at the same time, she probably going to be, she probably going to feel pretty good about some of them nice dinners that she get. She probably going to feel pretty good about, the kind of wine I might buy. And so, there again, maybe she'll just hang in there for my wisdom. But if I gave her lots of wisdom and I couldn't put it down like I used to put it down, then I got to slide some dollars in that equation.
I guess I need to say here is keep putting it down.
Yeah, that's what.
All right.
Yeah, I need to stay in to keep putting it
Yeah,
down.
I need to keep on eating that spinach.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're gonna go to break. And again, it ain't always gonna be about I guess it is gonna be what's in your wallet. But we really want to see what's in your head because
Yeah.
I like to say you can stimulate and motivate people without always going to your wallet, but you got to have a better understanding about you. Because again, people really fall in love what's in you,
Right.
and what they really want to know is you. Now again, money
That's what they
can
really want
hide.
to know.
Money can really hide your true complexion. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because I can
Yes.
pay my way and you'll never know me,
Yeah.
and they will still follow. But guess what? When you got that good spirit, you can stop paying and they'll still be
And
there
they'll still be there.
because they understand what they're following.
Right.
That's true leaders.
Right.
And a lot of people just want to pay to act and play.
Right.
And that's why we got some broken people today.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
So
we
we're gonna go to break, but we're gonna come back and we're gonna continue going in. Jeffrey left us with some great nuggets, and then Craftmatic is gonna leave you with even more. Jay, I'm gonna be joking and playing because I got money in my hand. Much they really care for me. I'm talking about my right next door, because I got Marsha on the other side.
Right. Right.
Yeah, when you Marsha, but Marsha showed up.
They showing love, huh?
But when I tell you, when we talk about money by your love, when I look at their relationship, I'm not gonna even throw their names out there because again, I hope their relationship is like everyone's I could ever dream of.
Yeah.
Because they've been together for so long.
19 years, she said, right?
19 years, but going all the way back to like young days.
Yeah.
And then they go through all their stuff, and then they stay together. And then she's a stroke survivor.
Yeah.
One day I heard about Al Lamb's Next Door, and I ran across him, and he was telling me about her, and he was so concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And then I talked to Marsha, and like every day he's at the hospital with her. And that's where he should be.
That's love, man.
Because you gonna make sure who you ride and die for, you gonna be right there.
Yeah.
When she wake up, she gonna see my face.
Yeah.
And just to know that brother did that, so it makes you really wake up and realize what you have. And if you got
That's very
something
important.
worth being, then be there for it. Don't
Right.
let money guide you in the wrong direction. I'm gonna
Absolutely.
be there making money because we need it right now. No, you need to be there for her
Right.
because she had you way before. She seen Wills in you before you ever became you.
Absolutely.
And that's what she did, and he
Absolutely.
did that for her.
And-
I just want to make sure I say it on air for you and show off your cupcakes to the world. Because again, she didn't have to do it. And I be wondering about it because I know she be like, Lord, all them calls be coming over your house. You just listen, neighbor, listen. I'm just saying, she be saying it down, player. They all do. I'm just saying, it ain't that bad. It's just talk show, Bar Talk with Jay. That's all I can tell you, guys.
Right.
That's all I can tell you. But thank you for the warm gifts. I'm going to share them, and we're going to enjoy them. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Outstanding. Outstanding. See, man,
What's that?
real love
Mhm.
is
What is it?
it doesn't have any limits, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
And love that's not real has limits of money, right? Finances come and go, folks, but real love is always there. And I wonder how many marriages would we consider successful where we know that women or sometimes men marry for money? They go into it knowing that, they're prosperous and et cetera, et cetera.
Mhm.
I think about Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston a lot of times, and I was like, I know she was a gorgeous little chick, and she probably was super fly and on top of her game, but she had way more money than Bobby had, and so Bobby, was nurturing a sweet, pretty little girl, but I wonder, at some point, I'm hoping that the money just left the scene, like it didn't really matter anymore, and that they really experienced real love. Bobby is Bobby, so
Right.
he might have had a little game going on when he knew there was, 175 million on the table.
I mean, that's definitely something comfortable to be with. But I tell you all day long, sometimes being with a person that you know have that kind of money compared to a person that you can see things into and you can make that kind of money. I will almost want to gamble on the person I think can make it. And I'm going to tell you why.
Can make it right.
Right,
versus
because the
already.
person that already made already set in their ways. And they're looking for you to comply, okay?
Right.
So it might not be a lot of room to grow, but a person that I see potential in, and then I can help bring that potential out of that person, that's an investment.
Right.
That kind of commitment keeps a person like when you become a stroke victim and you can't do. That'll make that person be there for you because of you
Right.
compared to what money you have. Because I promise you, what I notice about money is when you really down and out, they're not really there for you.
They're not there for
Because
you. This is
they
the whole
feel like
game.
that's just, you did your thing. You paid this, and I do, and I send you a little something because you did me quite well.
Right.
But this physically being there, you really wasn't there for me.
Right.
And that's where that karma comes from.
Right.
Because how you play it out, and that's why a lot of times when you say pay, I believe in respect. So a lot of people say it costs to pay. It's because I have to respect. I have a mother that I take to the highest degree. You got a lot of women say, if a boy loves his mother, then you don't want to mess with him. Don't mess with me then. Because I have nothing but love and respect for my mother.
Right.
And if a person don't understand that, I can't deal with you.
Right.
Because again, she don't rule my life when it comes to the dating. Ever. She rules my life because she is a giver. She don't care who I date. That's not her concern. Her whole thing is to make sure I'm mentally, physically able to live my life in a way that she is just living hers.
Right.
And I've shown her that. So again, a lot of times people are looking at things judgmentally. Guess what? You can judge me wrongly and you will miss a blessing because of your thinking.
Absolutely.
My whole thing is love a person that can love another.
Right. Right.
Because if he can't love another, how can he gonna love you? And if he don't love himself, that's self-evidence.
Right.
It starts with self and then how he loves others. And it gives you a formulation of how he can love you.
Yeah.
Start there.
Yeah. So and so let's kind of top this discussion off right there, Jay.
Okay.
That you can't buy love, but you can buy like.
That's like credit.
It's like credit,
Like credit.
right? And I think it's important for everyone moving toward, dating, moving toward a relationship to determine if they're getting like or love. If somebody likes you, they can like you for something other than yourself, right? But love is pure. We're not even going to contaminate love with it can be bought. Love is real. But like is based on so many different angles and avenues and benefits and get coming up on the system. So you can buy like, right? You can buy a date to for the evening. You can buy a date for the week. People love to go out. They love to hang out with you. You buying them, but just keep in mind that you're buying their attention. You're not earning their heart, and that's a major difference. Because if you're earning their heart, they're gonna be there for you whether you got money or whether you don't have money. If you got their heart, they're gonna come to you with suggestions and feedback and loving comments and all that never have anything to do with money. You're gonna feel loved. You're not gonna feel like they're there just because of what you do for them. And there's a lot of relationships that unfold because of the benefit that we get from one another. There are a lot of people who might hang around you because, I know there's a lot of people who have hang around me because I like to buy. We go to a restaurant, I got the tab, bring it over here. I'll take care of it, not a problem, right? And a lot of those people.
We going out this weekend.
I got you, bro.
Crab got it.
I got you, bro. But I'm going to assess how you behave after that.
I'm with you, bro. Jay, would you fall out? Yeah, I died. I'm always apologetic.
So when we talk about, love, liking, and money, it not only happens in interpersonal relationships, it can happen with co-workers, it can happen with your bosses, it can happen with anybody. A lot of times, your boss will love you when you do what he wants you to do, but then he'd be mad with you when you try to stand up for yourself.
That's right.
Right? And so, there's one of those situations where, he's going to be okay as long as you're doing what he wants you to do. And when you're not, would I put that in the, love for sale category? Kinda, because, he's only there to get what you have to offer. And once he's done with you, then he gonna throw you away. He's not vested in your long-term success in the company. He's not vested in you getting promotions and opportunities. He's only there for you to make him look like a superstar. And you can't be bought with that kind of love. You know what I mean?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
How about the love with my neighbor just showed me?
That's real love.
And she came to let you know she waiting on her husband.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
But she still got love for me.
Yeah.
See, you got to be able to tap into people without sex.
Right.
And you asked me about how important it is. Yes, it has an important role, but guess what? You can have real love for a person without it.
You can have real love for a person.
And a lot of times, you need to look at and evaluate before you really do it. Because you can save and have a great friendship without it.
Right.
I have a lot of friends out there. And my hat's off to all y'all that's close to me, that has not really been intimate with me, but mentally stimulate me. Because I need it all. Because in this world, I have to fight a ugly fight. And what I need is real people to step forward, if I can speak for you like I spoke for her. When she came over, it was out of love, because she sent me a message saying she had something for me, Raph. And I was like, I wasn't home yet. And she said, I got something for you. And she took the time to walk next door to give it to me. Okay? But let me know she waiting on her husband. So it's nothing there but love.
Right.
But some people be like, well, she an attractive girl. I know you got to look at her a certain way. Respect. I respect her husband.
Well,
And I respect the fact that she's an attractive person for him.
Yeah.
And I can look at her beauty and not really want her,
Right.
but be happy for her.
Right.
Because she found somebody for her. I can't have everything, okay?
And
And that's why grass look green, because he watered it.
Right.
He nurtured it,
Right.
okay? So it looked green to me.
Right.
But I need to know what I can make green on my side.
Right.
And quit playing on somebody else's side, calling myself a player. That's why we got so much dead grass. Because you ain't nurturing, you just take it.
Right.
And then you don't know what to do with it. So I got all this brown grass talking about I want fescue. Okay, well fescue ain't Bermuda. You need to know what you're doing while you're out there playing. I'm playing with different terminology when it comes to grass seeds. But please understand what I'm sowing into you. These seeds are serious because we're playing a game that we're not going to win if you're not understanding what you're playing.
Absolutely.
Love can be unconditional and not always of sex.
Yeah.
And that's why I point to the gift of what just came to me, because it's meant for me to mention. It's not always the way you think it. Sometimes appreciate the ones that appreciate you for other than that.
Right.
They appreciate you because you're a good person.
Right.
And they seen something in you. And they can't pour into you because they have a significant other. But they want you to live a successful life.
Yeah, and I think
Let's all do that for each other.
Yeah.
And we'll all be better
absolutely.
than saying let's just pay this money and get this nookie. Because they can give you away much more than nookie and guide you and put you in purpose.
Right.
And then you'll live your life divine. And guess what? You can go back and thank them. Like I would like to thank half the people out there tonight for listening and caring and sharing, posts, doing, not just for me, for all, for others. Even Kraft said he had a lot of posts. It's not just because of the show. It's because we're caring good people.
Yeah.
Let's continue. If we continue this, some of this foolishness will stop. That's my thoughts. And I say it to the universe. I know you know what I'm saying now.
Yes, sir.
If you don't speak it, it won't come to fruition. If you want it to come to fruition, you got to say it to the universe and mean it and live it.
There you go.
Let's make change. All right. I was trying to show off the cupcakes, and we are back. We're Bar Talk with Jay. Again, my neighbor came over and shared lovely cupcakes with me for my birthday.
No, they look
And
so good too.
Kraft man is trying to steal my cupcake.
I'm gonna get one.
And I'm trying to say, right, get back, man, get back.
I'm gonna get
So,
one. of them.
man, you know, this is the wind down round table moment of really, let's get it down to the nitty gritty. Because one of the things I like to say is, again, these topics is not of us.
Right.
And I always got to throw that out because, again, you ever know how much flack we get, man?
Huh?
You ever know how much flack we get? Everybody want to.
We do. We do.
You know,
We do.
what's up with you and TK? It's a role play, all right? Ain't nothing ever happened.
Right.
I'm going to get that to the world because then I throw Kraft under the bus so much. And I do it purposely because this is talk radio. And we got nothing but love for each other. But one of the things I got to do is say it to the world. Again, we have skits and we do these things for a reason. We're getting your mind mentally understanding these relationships that we really form it on air.
Right.
Because we have to get y'all involved, stimulate you to keep you. It's not easy for
Right.
2 hours. It's
Right.
not. But what I try is to grab everything and every facet that I can because we have a lot of nuggets.
Yes.
And it's so much that it's kind of hard just to go one direction. We got to go a couple. So we might lose a couple of you guys.
Right.
But we want to gain you back. And again, that is a challenge, and it's one that we're trying to perfect.
Absolutely.
So again, to Kraft, I do throw you under the bus, and I apologize.
Oh, that's okay, Jay.
But no, I have to apologize because as a man, I have to show another man respect.
Yeah.
And if I can show you respect, then I can show others respect, and then we can respect each other, and maybe we wouldn't do so much foolishness
Right.
that we do today when we can look at each other and say, you know something, I respect you.
Right.
And I might did this, but I'm gonna say to the world, I would never disrespect you.
Of course.
We might play role play and whatever, but when this show over with, it's nothing but love and respect.
Yeah,
Always.
and I
Because that's the
appreciate
brotherhood that we have. And I have to say that on air, and it was not rehearsed. It was something I had to say because it felt deep in my heart to make sure I say, because you have family like I do.
Yeah.
And sometimes they look at us like, oh man, y'all do the most.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
we
especially
gonna-
after tonight.
we
After
gonna
I gave
catch
my
a lot
son,
of flack.
yeah, after I gave my son up, yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of it.
We're gonna get a lot of it.
Yeah, but it's okay. Yeah,
It's
I
okay.
can take it.
We do it for the benefit of growth and inspiration of our audience. So don't even sweat it. Don't
I
even
know,
sweat it. But it was horrible, Jay.
I mean, but
You're throwing your son out, Jay.
I mean, okay.
I
Well,
mean,
you thought some tears was gonna come to my damn eyes?
I know how you feeling.
No.
Hey, keep playing, keep playing.
Only thing I can tell you, Cram, it was horrible.
Yeah.
And my horrible answer is gonna be horrible.
Oh,
okay?
Lord.
Just understand.
Yeah.
It's a bird that needs to leave a nest. He will be okay.
Yeah.
'Cause the best thing is, I never turn my back on none of my children.
Yeah.
But one of the things about life, you gotta realize when it comes to your child, that you cannot stop them from going and enduring what life has for them.
Right.
We want our kids' life to be better than our lives, but understand, you can't stop what's ordained.
Right.
Okay? And a lot of times I feel like we are intervening where God has a path for them and we're intercepting, talking about that's too harsh. And God said you went through it. And we feel like, well, yeah, we were stronger than them.
Right.
And God said, who told you he wasn't strong?
Right.
See, that's your belief
Right.
of your own child, but you forgot to believe in him. He brought you through.
Right.
But now you talking about what he can't do, but he did for you. So that's where I'm trying to bring reality back to. Because we're looking at things in a different eye. Because what you did for me ain't the same as him.
Right.
Don't judge off of you. Because he didn't judge you.
Right.
He knew all what you did. He know all what he did. So now, I feel like you're being a hypocrite. He brought you. But you don't think your son can make it through. So he's saying, do you really believe in me?
So the Lord is telling you to do this.
The Lord is telling me that you keep telling him, and I already prayed for him. So he keeps asking me, why are you going back when you already asked me to get him? So I'm saying, I'm putting him out. Not out just to the world, but out. Because I already prayed for him.
Okay.
My
I
family
like
has
that.
prayed. But you got to stop going and holding. Because you can't hold what you pray for.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And I asked for his divine intervention for my child, not my own.
Right.
Because I feel like I'm being self-centered and I feel like that's my child, but I want the best for him.
Right.
And so he's saying, is why you keep holding on? You
Okay.
pray.
Okay. Well, then,
Let go.
I like that. I like that. It's time for the bird to leave the nest. Bottom line.
You got it!
Hey, listen. Might cost you a little money. Maybe you go and rescue them.
Hold on.
Once in a while.
I ain't saying I ain't willing to pay.
Well, I know you.
If I'm willing to pay for something else, I'm willing to pay for that. I got chips.
I like that.
I got
like
chips.
that. Yeah, I like that.
What you want? What you...
If the Lord told you that, then
No, he didn't tell me that. That's my pocket. My pocket.
So let's just 40,000 foot the subject here tonight.
There you go.
Is love for sale? Love is not for sale like is for sale.
Okay.
That's what you get when you pour money into something. You're gonna get some like. So it not only, this idea not only applies to just love, it applies to all of life. And we're asking, is love for sale? But the bigger question is, are you for sale? And we all have to ask and answer ourselves that question, especially as it relates to our work and to our careers. We've got to figure out, hey, are we, am I going to take the nonsense that I'm taking for the pay that I'm getting? You might just decide to stay there and take the nonsense because the pay is good. Typically, the grass is not greener on the other side. So it may be worth just standing in the gap and taking a little nonsense to make sure that your family is strong and secure. On the other hand, you may be worth more. And you may be settling to stay in that job or to stay with that company or to stay with that employer. You may be settling. And you don't have to take their nonsense because if you want something better, then something better is out there for you. And so we don't have to sell our souls for money. We don't have to be disrespected because the boss is paying us. We don't have to live to be degraded, or we don't have to always miss the promotion, because of varying reasons. So it's just important that not only do we have to determine, if the person is in our lives because they truly know who we are and they truly love us, but we have to determine, hey, does this boss really have my best interest at heart? You know, does this company have my best interest at heart? Does my neighbor really have my best interest at heart? You know, does my girlfriend really have my best interest?
You know,
Or is she just loving these steaks and seafood dinners that I'm putting on her? Let's question our team. I think it goes back to the fundamental principle that Jay, you always like to say, analyze your team. Because a false team member will get you put on the cross. And Christ said it with Peter, and it happened 3 times. Hey, he denied it 3 times before the rooster crowed. Except Christ knew that Peter was actually helping him get to his purpose. So in that case, that the Lord was okay with being used, because he knew that this person was ordained to help him get on the cross and save millions and millions of souls. So you know, that's a whole different segment. I was about to preach a sermon.
Well, you was,
but it's about being sold.
But, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna go back to your sermon because you named something. Are you settling?
Are you settling?
And I am. I'm settling even at my job because I ain't at my excellence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It ain't the job that you need to be looking at, it's yourself. And half the time, you jump from job to job and you're never going to be fulfilled because you got to live with an excellence now.
Right.
Okay? Don't hold the job as the problem. You are. One of the things I mentioned before, why I'm still in mine, is because I settled because I am not at my full potential. So get at your full potential before you keep on moving on.
Yeah.
Or you will never get at your full potential.
Yeah.
And you be like, well, why would I give them my all? Because you don't even know your all. He got more in you than you know, but you got to start giving it for he can keep on showing you.
Yeah.
Because you're going to find out that job can't hold you.
Hey, listen, man, I'm this is very personal. Yeah, this is up close and personal to me, man, because I can make $25,000 a month right now. All I gotta do is go get the job and start performing. But I absolutely hate the job. It costs me 90 hours plus a week. They call me every single off day. I have to face nothing but hard stuff, difficult stuff, you know, and it's always nonsense. I'm not gonna sell my soul for $25,000 a month. I'm gonna hang in there and make my little 10, 12, maybe get 15 on lucky good months, and I don't have to. I'm not gonna sell my soul for that money. I'm not gonna disrupt my peace and my joy and my one off day a week. I'm not gonna sacrifice that for no money. Not even if it's double the money, because what winds up happening is you wind up selling a part of your life and a part of yourself that you can never get back, right? And no, I could spend 10 years in that job and make a couple $1 million and be happy ever after, but I'll have the grayest of hair and wrinkles in my face, and my back will be bent over from sitting in that chair all them long hours, and my stomach will be hurting because I didn't eat right, and I couldn't eat my lunch every day when I was supposed to eat, and I'm eating lunch at 6 o'clock at night, and I'm getting off work at midnight, trying to have a major meal at 1 o'clock every morning, because I, you know, that life doesn't, it's not healthy, and it's not wholesome, right? So, and neither is the life of being with somebody just because of their money.
I like that tie-in.
That
was smooth.
That life does not produce fruit. You're going to wind up figuring out how to get out of it and finding a real love.
Well, again, we're at the round table tonight. And the last word's going to be with Craftmatic, because, again, I can't top that. Because that right there brought a full circle to what life is all about. And I'm hoping that y'all have a clear understanding that, again, this is a conversation that we want you to have at your home, not just here with me, Bar Talk with Jay. I bring it to share it. So please, all your likes, I need you to comment And again, we are going to change up. We're going to have a YouTube that's going to be phenomenal when I'm done with it. Probably by next week. Definitely check it out. It's going to be movie form. We're going to change the world.
Right.
Again, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. I'm trying to hit all social media for you guys to be able to see it any way you like, because I know everybody don't like Facebook. I don't got no hate towards nothing. I'm trying to get it to you whatever way you want it. But comment. Tell me how you want it, and I'm going to try to give it to you. But don't try to change my form and me. Just understand, we are bringing this from our heart, not just from your perception.
Right.
BarTalkWithJay.com will show you everything that you ever want to see. But the bottom line, do you really want to see it? Me and Kraft is giving it. Are you willing to share it? Bar Talk with Jay. I'm out.
We out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.